we're going to talk about something extremely disturbing. It's not graphic, so don't worry about that, but it is psychologically disturbing and disturbed. Earlier this year, BBC recorded an interview with an anonymous person in a wolf mask who goes by the name Wolf, and it went viral, excuse my pun, because he explained he is a bug chaser who intentionally contracted HIV completely on purpose. And he was trying to explain this to a crowd of people who didn't understand why anyone would do that. Here is the description. It says, Wolf actively sought out HIV positive men and had unprotected sex, seeking to contract the virus. He also engaged in blood slamming, a practice where he injected HIV positive blood directly into his body. Now, Wolf speaks out about his experiences as a gifter, a man who is happy to transmit the virus to willing participants. He also explains why he chooses not to use PrEP and what led him to pursue this lifestyle. So he is also not only HIV positive, but choosing to let the virus progress into full-blown AIDS without any medical intervention.
Before we get started,
I give up. I'm going home.
is there confirmation that this is in any way real? Like, do I get a big test that says like HIV and then a big red box that says positive?
He's remaining anonymous, so obviously there's no way to know for sure. But this is an act of journalism they're doing here. This is not fictional storytelling. This is completely a real account.
Again, even if you made that up,
from a real
mental, and we need to bring back asylums and get these people off the streets.
That's a really good point.
Look,
Maybe
this
we should
wouldn't
just
even
watch.
be a crime in California. You can knowingly give someone AIDS in California. It's a misdemeanor.
We're gonna watch just a segment
Amish.
of the interview that they did.
How
with
long?
him.
Just the very beginning.
We'll see where it goes.
I contracted HIV on purpose. Now people ask me to give it to them.
What is sexual about wanting to chase for HIV?
People do it for different reasons.
I'm asking you why you do it.
I'm not trying to shock you, and I appreciate that a lot of people do find it a very distressing topic.
At the end of the day,
British, it makes more
you're
sense.
playing with your life by choice because you want to have more pleasure.
But pleasure is very important.
Nah. Like, there's not so many things that can give you extra pleasure that doesn't involve you having bareback sex.
The fear that you're gonna get HIV is actually, it's not a little bit more pleasure. It ruins your intimacy for good.
For normal
what I'm
people.
going to say now is probably going to really, really upset you and probably really sicken you.
You have to appreciate this is a lot to take in. I just need to be left alone right now because this is just mad.
Okay.
The term bug chasing refers to someone who's HIV negative but wants to be infected with the HIV virus. Bug chasing is actually
AIDS
a
needle.
very, very small proportion of the gay community. And people who are HIV positive, the number that deliberately bug chased is, again, really quite a small proportion. I've been described
Shocking.
as an ethical gifter. In
An ethical
I have a
gifter.
conversation with someone, so I would never go up and have sex with someone randomly without first having a discussion about my status.
Why would anybody want to be given HIV?
For all sorts of reasons. Some see it as a fetish, some see it as power play situation, some people want it so they can relax.
What does that mean?
What he means by that is they want to relax after worrying about getting HIV. So if you know that you're HIV positive, you don't have to worry about contracting it anymore because you just know that you have it.
So what I'm going to do?
So
when I
why
go-
would you worry?
When I drive home, I'm constantly worried that I'm going to get hit by a bad driver. So I'm going to go just get into a car accident to relax.
So you can stop worrying about
So that I can stop worrying about
Exactly.
a bad driver hit. Actually, you know what it is? Is like around here, there's deer everywhere, and you have to constantly be aware and vigilant to make sure that you don't hit a deer. That's like saying that some dude is going to go out and just knowingly do it on purpose so that he doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
Right, exactly. So that's his explanation. It's a fetish or a coping mechanism. The person who posted this clip said, people make choices that can't be explained without involving demonic influence. How much cursed pornography and childhood trauma would a person have to experience to behave this way as a lifestyle choice? Watch the women try to stomach this in person. It's unsettling, uncanny. What's your take?
I think that we have lost the absolute plot. These people are off the reservation. They need to be taken out of society because this is a problem. It's because there's other ways for them to like infect other people too. Like other than that, you're going to the doctor, you get a cut on your hand, you spit on them, or like, yeah, I don't know, you have who knows, right? Mm-hmm. So that's weird. Anyway, England has a problem with all that stuff a little extra than over here. I don't know if you know this. Like, do you know they tried to like ban certain porn videos over in England around 2014, 2012, 2014 because
why?
It was a certain kind of porn because they were seeing lots of complications due to this type of porn in women, men, everybody. It was like causing medical problems and problems with
oh my goodness
NIH, right? And so you can look it up. But like, because I don't know what I'm going to say. Like it's what male on male do. Okay. So like that.
We got a 20 from Nate real quick. He said, there's a risk I hit a deer. And so instead I drive my Nissan directly into the tree line.
That's what it feels like, right?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like they're trying to do.
We asked
totally
for this.
logical.
We asked for people to be like this. We said, we're going to let you think that like morality is relative. We're going to let you be focused on yourself and the individual with the enlightenment, right? Like this is what they push for. And like,
do as thou
honestly,
wilt.
this is what you get. It's disgusting.
I'm down to stop. You know how they're always like, we need to normalize this. I'm like, we need to normalize not normalizing everything.
We need to stigmatize normalizing things.
It's the great meme of Mulder from the X-Files. It says we've normalized enough. It's time to paranormalize.
I mean, it's so funny. These people with, not just this fetish in particular, but any niche sexual proclivity or interest, they really do believe themselves to be part of a marginalized community because there is stigma around the things they do. At least I can buy into, in theory, the idea that you're marginalized for an immutable characteristic, but you are choosing to do things that disgust the vast majority of people in society, and you will face stigma for that. You're not a victim because of that. And recently I saw that Billy Ray Brandt, the girl who played Gwen in Lady Ballers, she went to Fetish Con in Florida, and this was like somewhere right by her house, and she was like, why is this happening right next to my house? So she went to this fetish convention and just she detailed her experiences there and all the disturbing things that she saw, and then the entire like kink community has come like chasing after her, sending her the most vile comments and DMs saying sexual things that they want to do to her or see her do. Just the most insane responses ever to someone just passing by you and saying like, well, that's kind of weird. Like that doesn't seem, normal or a good thing to do with your life.
We got rid of shame. That's what happened.
To me, this is one of those things, me, I'm probably more liberal than a lot of the employees here at Timcast. Maybe I don't know, but like
I'm probably the furthest right.
When you see these,
I challenge you.
When you see these things, a lot of times what I say is like, if somebody has a complaint about it, I always ask myself like, do I need to even engage with it, right? So if Billy Ray Brandt shows up at your event and says, "Oh, this is weird," like, is it really the most,
like, is it the end of the world?
Is it the best use of your time to even engage with it, right? Because guess what? I don't know if it's the case for her, but most of the time they want you to engage.
Right.
They want you to be angry and respond that way. It's like when people say mean things about me. Like, I give them a whole lot more power when I engage with them. I don't need to do that. And it's a dopamine effect that has a hold on a lot of people on social media who feel that they have to respond when somebody says something mean about them. You take away a lot of the power by just not caring.
But
and not responding.
The dramatic, exaggerated response of victimhood that these people are using in those situations, it's really because they believe everything that you're saying. Yeah. If you say like, this is weird, this is degenerate, this should not be promoted, this should not be done in public, they agree with everything you're saying deep down, and that's why they're so offended by what you're saying. They know that what they're doing is self-destructive, and that it is, degenerating the culture around them as well. And, they use the excuse that it's a private event and you don't belong there anyway. But this is at a normal, like, corporate-run hotel where other people are staying. So obviously they're going to see it. And Billy even said that they were having, like, group sex parties in the hotel rooms with the windows clearly open and uncovered during the nighttime, visible to residents
people
across
like
the
that
street.
voyeurism stuff,
Like,
right?
that is part of their lifestyle, is forcing it on other people.
Yeah.
And they are so offended when you point out the truth.
You should not be doing that, especially if there's the possibility that children will look in that window and see what's going on. That's a problem. It's one of the weird things.
Or
that
anyone,
I saw,
really. I mean,
well, I know, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's like when people were talking about the clip and it's never universally enforced. When the girl went viral at the Edmonton Oilers game for like showing her titties to everyone, and like there's children at that game.
Like, why would you do that?
Well, like, if a dude pulled his dong out and swung it around like it was like people would he would be put on a sex offender registry.
Right.
But if
she should be too.
And when the woman does it, culturally, it's just seen as like, look at this amusing thing that happened at the Oilers game. Look, I'm a dude. Whatever. I don't care. Right? I'm not going to go seek that shit out. But there was objectively children at that game.
I would have
also, like,
lost it.
It doesn't matter if, it's a child or not. Like, if I'm an unsuspecting person, I don't deserve to have to see that, just the general public, we have standards, or at least we used to.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was weird performance.
I yelled at a lady on the boardwalk because she had a thong on and it was eye level to my son, like, during the day. And I took a picture and posted it on the internet because I was being crazy. But, like, I was really mad.
Like, I saw someone at the airport wearing a miniskirt where literally half their ass was out. Out. And I didn't say anything because, it's just not your place. But, like, that is crazy.
Yeah, you have a sweeter disposition than I do. I think everything is my place.
That's saying something.
You're like really nice.
That really is saying something, because I will start confrontations.
I'm like, I want to tell everybody what I think of them. At least when it's like that kind of stuff. I yelled at her boyfriend yelled at me. Now, like, we're all yelling at each other. It was a little stupid, but yeah, like, no, I think these people need to be shamed. I said, do you feel good about, that's what I said to her. I was like, you feel good about yourself having your ass out right in front of, like, all these kids? Do you feel good? Are you happy that my 5-year-old son is staring right at your ass? And she was like, and the whole time, though, like, they were like, it's none of your business, meh, right? But the whole time after that, she walked covering her butt with her hands. She sure did. I bet you she'll think twice about that again. We need to bring back this shame.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And now I believe I believe the state of California made it law that it's no longer a crime.
Well, they decriminalized it. It's a misdemeanor.
To not disclose that you are HIV positive before having sex with someone. And that is just the beginning of the end. Like, it's pandemonium out there. And I don't know, maybe you're coping by saying this is performance art. I believe it's genuine, because there are people like this.
I'm asking the question. Like,
I can see the look in this man's eye. Even though he's wearing a mask, you can look at the look in his eye. It's just complete
his voice
emptiness.
sounds sincere.
His
voice seems honest.
But the fact that we're asking the question, it would be the fact that I'm asking the question and you're giving your reasoning and you're saying that he seems sincere would be exactly what a performance artist would want from
Okay,
something.
but even if you do want that to be your performance art, that's mental.
That's also,
it's also like
justification to put you in the loony bin.
This isn't anything new. Weird shit.
I'm gonna
like
go terrify people that there's people out there giving AIDS to each other on purpose. Yeah, like, okay, you definitely belong in a mental institution, even if you're faking it.
Weird shit like this happened on Maury and Jerry Springer for decades. So this is just the medium of shock art and shock content has just evolved to meet the internet.
I don't know. I'm still leaning toward believing that this guy is 100% being genuine, and even if he's not, he is actually speaking for a not negligible amount of people who really do this. It's a known phenomenon. And it's deeply disturbing, and you're right. We need to bring the asylums back. Make asylums great
Thanks,
again.
Reagan.
MAGA is make asylums great again.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.